Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a review. Review what? I don't know. So today we're going to be doing a review on the mask palette by UCANBE. They did very kindly send this to me and I am currently doing a UCANBE giveaway. There's 4 giveaways in total. Oh, sorry guys. I mean, how rude was that cough then coming up, interrupting my intro. But there's going to be 4 giveaways. There's going to be 2 winners picked from Instagram, 2 winners picked from YouTube. If you want to find out what the kind of ins and outs are to apply for the giveaway, then you can check under my giveaway video or you can check on my Instagram. There's a post and a video on both. Today, it's the mask palette that we're going to be dabbling in. So I did put a little poll up on my Instagram page because I was torn between like which of these 2 palettes to actually do the review of first. I'm so indecisive anyway, like at the best of times, and I just could not decide. So I put a little poll out and these are the very scientific results. As you can see, the mask won by quite a majority vote. So we're going to be looking at the mask today, but the next palette I'm going to be reviewing is the Exotic palette. So don't worry, this one is coming up soon. But today we are all about the mask palette. So this is what the actual palette looks like. It's got a picture of this kind of a mask on it. Surprisingly, it's full of extremely kind of bold shades. We've got a mix of cool tones and warm tones. You've got purely shimmers over in this side, and over on this side you've got 8 mattes, and then you've got 1 more shimmer in the middle. This side, as I said, it's I would say I look at it and I see more warm tones, whereas like the majority of the shimmers in the palette are quite cool toned. It is kind of split into 2 halves. This half is called Rome and this half is called Soar. This palette is currently available on the UCANBE official store on Aliexpress, and it's also available on Amazon. On Aliexpress it's kind of permanent price is £7.86, but it is currently in the 11/11 sales for, I think it's about £6.86. Just one thing to mention as well, and I do not want to go off on a tangent about this, but one thing that I've noticed, and I know that others have noticed as well, because a couple of people have left comments in previous kind of AliExpress related videos, but they've just kind of said, look, you know, the 11/11 sales are a bullshit, for lack of a better word, and I completely agree. I feel like this sale price is actually really good because, you know, you're getting like £1 or so off, whereas a lot of the sales are pence, so it could be just like 11p you're getting off something, 15p, which to me does not constitute a sale. So I just wanted to make that point because I know that a couple of people have mentioned it recently. You can also buy UCANBE products on Amazon as well. What you'll always find is on Amazon the products will be slightly more expensive, but they'll get to you quicker. Like shipping is so much quicker with Amazon, whereas over on AliExpress you'll find the prices are a little bit lower, but you know, you're probably going to be waiting a bit longer for your product to arrive. So there's that kind of consideration. But yeah, just to let you know, you can be on Amazon as well as AliExpress. Okay, so we are going to move on to the swatches and then I'm going to create some kind of eye look. But I did want to mention that this palette, out of all of the UCANBE palettes that I've tried and also that have been sent to me, this palette is the highest quality in terms of like the actual packaging. It just feels kind of weighty, it feels substantial, it feels really good quality. There is a very generously sized mirror. I don't know, it just feels, it feels good. Like it feels, just think that it feels like really good quality. So I'm hoping that the eyeshadows inside are the same good quality, but like I'm sure they will be because UCANBE are pretty damn good. I was going to say sexual, like what? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the swatches before I just talk and the video is a million years long. So I think today we're going to start off with the shimmers and I'm going to begin with this beautiful green. It feels very soft. Oh gosh, oh my gosh, like I did really kind of like I don't know, I did like circle my finger around in there, so it is a little bit like a tiny bit chunky, but oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to try not to talk too much because again, I don't want the video to be like too long, but I'm really loving how kind of metallic this beautiful kind of emerald green is. Okay. Oh yes, these have definitely got a little bit of like a grainy texture to them, and I feel like that's because they do have like little glitters, you know, within the formula. But do you know what, I'm going to put you in fast forward because otherwise it's going to take us 10 years to complete the swatches. Now that one felt very different. See, still not in fast forward, are you? You're thinking, Anwen, we're not in fast forward, and you're still talking. But this kind of peachy gold shade just didn't feel as chunky as the other two. Okay, so here we have the first four. Okay, so these are all of the shimmers. I was picking up on a couple of different formulas. Some of them felt slightly more like grainy and textured and a little bit chunkier than some of the others that just felt a bit smoother. I think this duochrome purpley blue one's beautiful. I'm loving this kind of soft peachy shade, and I'm loving the green. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the mattes. Okay, so these are all of the mattes. I don't feel like they're the most like outstandingly kind of pigmented, but like as always, a swatch is a swatch. What is even a swatch? James Charles loves a good swatch, doesn't he, guys? I mean, really, did you see that controversy where he was kind of swatching his new collaboration with Morphe, and he was swatching over pre-existing swatches? I mean, to me, that just says he has no confidence in his palette. Swatching, you know, is a way to like kind of show the shades in a palette, but I just think that it came off a little bit kind of, I was going to say criminal. It's not criminal. Kathleen Zellner will not want to be getting onto this, but it just felt a little bit misleading. That's what I would say. But anyway, so here we have the mattes, and now we're going to move on to doing the eye look, which I honestly I'm just so excited about. The swatching is like the foreplay, you know. Okay, so I have pre-set my eyes, oh, almost dropped it, with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C1. So I've kind of done a little bit of that. I'm going to go with this orangey shade. So, okay, I'm really liking this shade. It blended out really nicely, and I think it's going to act as a really beautiful kind of transition. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm going to go into this like peachy shade next. I'm just using this peach shade kind of on top of the first shade. And I know I always say this, but I do love to just like pat the shadow where I want it to go first and then blend. You get the shadow exactly where you want it to be, and also I think it kind of retains a bit of the pigment as well that way. There we go. Next we are going to switch our brush, and we are going to go in with this hot pink shade, because you know I can never ignore a hot pink, like seriously. I feel like these eyeshadows are actually working nicely together. The three that I've used so far have blended out beautifully, and I poked myself in my eye. Yes, great, Anwen, great. Yeah, I feel like the actual shades have really complemented each other and like morphed into each other beautifully, which I am liking. I'm just popping a bit more of this pink just to kind of warm everything up a little bit. And what I've got now is quite a corally look. So a friend of mine at work is getting married next year, and she approached me yesterday and she was like, Anwen, I know you love makeup, but like, do you do it? Like, would you consider doing my makeup for my wedding? And I'm like, oh, because like this is about the 4th time that I've been asked now, you know, by someone at work, would I, you know, do their makeup for them? And you know what, like, the answer is yes, but then I never do it because I always just pussy out. I always think, when you're going to get really nervous and you'll feel under pressure and you'll do a crap job and they will hate it, but they'll have to pretend that they love it and it will just be awful, like really. But it's really it's a shame in a way, because I don't want to be someone that doesn't do what they want to do out of fear, you know. And I just think, Anwen, should I like just go for it, like give it a go? Like, she's lovely, she's gonna make you feel comfortable, she's just really nice, and I think, why not do it? Like, I don't want to go through life not doing things because I'm scared, you know. So I'm just thinking, like, should I do it? Should I do it? We're going to do a little trial first and just like see how that goes. And then, you know, if it goes well, maybe I'll do her wedding makeup. But oh my gosh, like, guys, it's so nerve-wracking. Like, but I know I should do it because makeup is what I love. By the way, I am going to be going in with this beautiful chocolatey brown. But like, my 9 would always say to me, Anwen, if something scares you in life, all the more reason to do it, you know. I mean, obviously, like, that doesn't relate to like heroin or you know, anything like really dangerous or anything, but I just think, yeah, she's right, you know. I've got to stop letting me not being confident in myself hold me back, you know. The only way to ever know if you're good at anything is to actually try it. So, and I might try it and I might not enjoy it even, but I might try it and I might love it and I might do a good job. And then it would open up a whole load of opportunities for me. So I think I'm going to do it, guys. Like, what do you think? I'm so nervous. I can do makeup okay on myself, but, you know, when it comes to other people's faces, it's a completely different kettle of fish, you know. By the way, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. See how quickly we've gone from like peachy coral to this beautiful smoky shade. But one thing I will say, I feel like I've lost those other shades a bit. But I mean, I suppose what can you expect when, you know, I mean, I've just put on a much darker shade, but oh, I'm loving this, guys. I'm loving it. I'm just blending out the top just to make sure that that is nicely diffused. Like, I'm loving this, like gothic-y, smoky, grungy, kind of plum eye. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, do the other eye before I completely forget which shades I used, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done my foundation, a bit of contouring, and I did my eyebrows as well. So, okay, by the way, I'm loving this so far. It's reminding me of like a gothic-y kind of vampire kind of situation. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do quite a heavy under eye because I really want to kind of smoke it out so that it looks very like vampire goth, you know. I'm going to go back into this beautiful shade. By the way, in the pan it kind of looks like a kind of maroony shade, but on the actual eyes, once you blend it out, it's a beautiful like plum. That could be because of the shades that maybe I put underneath it. You can see like under my eye there where I've not got any other eyeshadows, it does look very like plum like. It's beautiful. I'm just using this really like dense, it's actually an eyebrow brush I think, but I love this brush for like doing under the eye kind of work, especially with like really like quite dark shades, because it just helps you be a little bit more precise and like less like messy. It doesn't give you like, you know, scattergun kind of effect. And now I'm going to go in with the beautiful hot pink and I'm going to just blend a little bit of that underneath. Can you see the green in my hazel eyes is really kind of popping because of these beautiful kind of plum like warm tone shades. Do you know what? I swear, like, I'm never going to use false eyelashes again because I've still got a bit of glue over here on this lash. Can you see it? From, like, falsies that I put on about 5 days ago. Okay, so I'm just going to blend again, just all around the edges of my eyes. Got to go in with the green. I'm doing it because I know a few of you guys were really interested in it, so I'm going to just pick a little bit of it up on my finger. It is a little bit like chunky, so just blowing away any excess, and I'm just gonna pop that on. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. These remind me of a couple of the shimmers in the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, in the sense that they are very textured. Like, I don't know if you can see there, but they seem to be more like a pressed pigment, like loose little grains in the shadow, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I'm getting this everywhere. Okay, so there we go. I'm definitely going to be going in with a little bit of Fix Plus in just a minute, just to see if we can spice it up just a little bit more. But I'm actually really liking that a lot, and I'm really glad that I went in with the green. Yayo! So I actually don't have Fix Plus, so what I'm going to do is use my Makeup Revolution Pro Fix, and I'm just going to spray a little bit of that on my table, like always. I'm going to get this little kind of flat brush here, and I'm going to dip it into the Fix, well, it's not Fix Plus, like Anwen, that's not Fix Plus, seriously girl. And I'm going to just dip that into the shadow, and can you see, like I don't feel like I can explain this, what should be a very simple concept, like, very well, but these definitely do look and behave like a pressed pigment. Can you see how much more kind of metallic this shimmer is, just with a little bit of the you know, wet brush action? Okay, so there we go. Oh, guys, I'm loving this palette. I'm loving this palette so much. This potentially could be my favourite UCANBE palette that I've tried. However, I do love the Dreamland palette, but I feel like I could potentially love this one a bit more. I've got loads of fallout on my face, so I'm going to just get my big mermaid brush and just try and wipe it all away. Fingers crossed that's all gone. Papa, yes, fine, cooking on gas. Okay, so there we go, loving this. I am loving this palette. Like, I mean, I knew that it was probably going to be really good based on my experience with other UCAN palettes, but I'm absolutely loving it. I'm going to go ahead and put my mascara on, just finish off the face, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. I really wanted to use one of the beautiful UCANBE Flash eyeliners today, but I actually don't think that I need to, because I think the look is so good. And I think it's going to change the look of the look a bit too much. So, oh, go on, I will, because if you've not seen these before, it will be a good opportunity for you to see them in action. So I think I'm going to go for, oh my gosh, decisions. Should I do an Instagram poll, like, literally? Because I have no idea. Like, I need you guys to comment on every area of my life. I'm going to go in with the green, is what I'm going to do. See, like, she can make a decision by herself, like, sometimes. So I'm just going to shake this up. And, yeah, we're just going to apply. These can be very, like, very pigmented. Can you see that? Beautiful. So, oh, I'm thinking, like, should I? But should I? Is it going to, like, detract from the actual look? Oh, do you know what? I think it might, because look, it's a beautiful, like, green, but I just feel like it's not gonna go with the look, is it? What about the blue? Right, okay, let's try the blue. Okay, so the blue. What do you think? Oh, do you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I hope you don't mind, but I just really like the look as it is. But by the way, these eyeliners are sensational if you want a good metallic eyeliner. Okay, so I have finished the look. I ended up going for a liquid suede by NYX in the shade Vintage Retro, and this is exactly what I wanted. Just something quite vampy to go with the look. I think it's clear what I'm about to say, but I really enjoyed using the mask palette. I'm really excited to pick up this palette again and try out some different looks with it and just have more of a play around. I think that the shimmer that I used is beautiful, not only in colour but in the formula. As you saw, it definitely did intensify and become more sensational after I used a wet brush with it. I feel that that's the case with like any shimmer shadow. I use a wet brush with all shimmer shadows. I feel like the mattes blended beautifully. They were nicely pigmented. They weren't super pigmented, but they were very nicely pigmented, and that made them like really easy to work with. I absolutely adored this kind of plummy shade. I'm just so impressed with this palette. I feel like there's something in here for everyone. If you like warm tones, if you like cool tones. Majority of the shimmer shades are cool tones, which I think is really interesting how they have put the palette together. A lot of the time, you know, you will see like cool tone palettes or warm tone palettes, and I really appreciate the way they've put this together, and they've got a nice kind of balance between the two. I think that you could have so much fun with this palette. I think that, like I've said this before, but if you were to use this palette every single day for a month, I believe that you could easily get a different look every single time. If you're someone that just enjoys like experimenting with different looks or just like playing around, I think this would be a really good palette to go for. Definitely feel like this like actual packaging, it does not feel cheap at all. If you've bought a lot of makeup from Aliexpress, you're going to know exactly what I mean. This feels very sturdy, and it just feels like really good quality. So I love the palette. I could sit here, I could literally just rave about this till the cows come home. Who are these cows? Do they not live in a field? Like, where have they been? What have they been up to? Like, why are we waiting for the cows to come home? I don't know. But I really love the palette. I love the look. I really have loved making this video for you today. Thank you so much to UCANBE for blessing me with this beautiful palette. I definitely think it's worth the £7-8 that you could buy it for. In my opinion, this is an absolute sensation. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope that you like this look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day today, and I will see you in the next video.